Joining us now is Ojinika Ojiope, with stories trending around the world. Hello, Jinik.
Well, hello. Good morning, yes. Dr. Abati. You're smiling
I said you got ready very early today.
I always do. I don't know what you're talking about. My dear woman, happy International Women's Day.
Make up in face, head,
good morning, Rufai.
We don't know what Dr. is talking about. We never know.
Well, today is International Women's Day. That's all we care about. And happy International Women's Day to all women across the world. Well, good morning to you viewers. Here are some of the stories that are trending across the globe. In Liberia, the country's former president and advocate for women's rights, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, ahead of International Women's Day, sent her congratulatory message to Nigeria's president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on his election victory, and to the people of Nigeria for exercising their democratic right to vote. The 84-year-old Nobel Peace Prize winner and the first elected female head of state in Africa also encouraged Tinubu to champion women leaders in his government when he becomes president and ensure that the rights of women and girls remain a priority. In Qatar, the Economic Community of West African States on Tuesday announced that they will honor Nigeria's president, Mohammedu Buhari, with an award in recognition of his achievements in the defense and promotion of democracy in the sub-region. ECOWAS chairman, Umaro Sissoko Embalo, made the announcement at a bilateral meeting with Buhari on the sidelines of the ongoing 5th United Nations Conference on the least developed countries in the Middle Eastern country. In Nigeria, the Independent National Electoral Commission on Tuesday presented certificates of return to senators elected to the 10th National Assembly. The certificates were presented at the International Conference Center in Abuja. Finally, under lifestyle, singer-turned-politician Banky W spoke out for the first time since losing his second bid for the Federal House of Representatives seat to Thaddeus Atta of the Labour Party. The 41-year-old politician who contested for the Etiosa Federal Constituency seat on the platform of the People's Democratic Party expressed his disappointment at losing the election at the Waterbrooks Church on Sunday. In the message titled Faith After a Fall, the singer said the loss will not stop him from praising God.
If you think my story is over, you don't know my God and you don't know me.
Well, let's begin what's trending. In commemoration of this year's International Women's Day, President Mohammedu Buhari issued a statement on Tuesday to celebrate women, saying that he is proud to have worked and be associated with some of Nigeria's brightest women in his cabinet, government, and the international community. Following the theme of this year's event, Embracing Equity, Buhari stated that his government is committed to promoting gender equality, respect for the rights of women, and working conscientiously to remove all barriers that prevent Nigerian women from realizing their universal rights. Well, in the same vein, the senator-elect of the Federal Capital Territory, Ireti Kingibe, on Tuesday received her certificate of return at the International Conference Center in Abuja. Kingibe of the Labour Party defeated the People's Democratic Party's Philip Aduda, who spent 4 terms at the National Assembly. She presented her certificate of return to the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, who said her election is in line with the party's commitment to women and youth. The newly elected senator spoke to Arise after she was presented with her certificate.
I am here to serve the interest of everybody, and that they can all be sure of. That is my message to all of them. And I also want them to understand that fixing Nigeria is not just the job of the leaders, it's also the work of the people. We all have to join hands, work together to achieve the goals that we all want.
Well, congratulations to Ireti Kingibe and all the women that are making great strides in the world at this moment. We don't have a lot of time today, so I'd like for you to make a comment on Ireti Kingibe, and today's celebration.
Yes, I think it's a fitting gift to women in Nigeria to have the female FCT minister, well, FCT senator. Hopefully, I'm pushing for the first female FCT minister as well in the next administration. So I'm speaking ahead of myself, but absolutely wonderful. Nigeria has, according to the World Bank in 2021, a population of women of 49.4%. We don't have our own statistics yet. Census is later on this year. But just to mention that we hope that this percentage at almost 50% will be replicated across or seen or demonstrated across board in terms of appointments, in terms of leadership, in terms of the House of Assembly, in terms of politics, in terms of women moving forward and stepping up higher to taking on positions of authority. I hope that Senator-elect Ireti Kingibe will be that icon of a woman to other young women who aspire to want to take on political office in Nigeria.
Well done. All right, then, we'll take another story. In the wake of the lawsuit filed by the candidates of the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party rejecting the results of the controversial February 25th elections over the alleged irregularities and non-compliance with the provisions of the Electoral Act, the All Progressives Congress has appointed 12 senior advocates of Nigeria to defend the victory of Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. This is coming as the President-elect's council approached the Court of Appeal for an order to access sensitive materials used by the Independent National Electoral Commission for the conduct of the presidential election. Well, according to Tinubu's counsel, the materials will help prepare their defense against petitions that would seek to nullify Tinubu's election. Well, in the meantime, a former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Mike Aondaka, has denied claims that the Independent National Electoral Commission erred in declaring Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu the winner of the 2023 presidential election. The former AGF had granted an interview right here on Arise News, where he shared his opinion on the candidate winning 25% of valid votes in the FCT as a necessary condition, among other criteria, to be declared a winner of the presidential election. However, a story by the nation's newspaper quotes Aondaka as saying his interview was distorted and he was misrepresented. But there was no distortion by Arise, and the interview will be played again in full on Newsday later today. Rufai, your take on this particular story?
I mean, I'm quite very shocked that people will say things that they would like to backtrack, and especially when those people have been former Attorney General of the Federation.
Yes.
We heard that interview loud and clear. Our advocate talked about the fact that the 25% should be used conjunctively based on the Constitution, and he said there was a Supreme Court ruling as regards that saying that it must be used conjunctively. And by the interpretation of what he said, it means that the APC presidential candidate should not have been declared president-elect because he didn't meet the conditions, as simple as that. So why the backtrack? But I'm happy Arise is going to play, the interview so that the world can hear what he said. Let's not renege. Let's have integrity. Put it out there. If you said something, like Ukwa will say, use your full chest to own it. Your full chest. You said it, you said it.
All right, Rufai. Dr. Abati, your take on both stories.
Oh, okay. First, congratulations to Mrs. Ireti Kingibe. By the way, she's one of us.
Yes, yes.
Because I recall that, for many years, she was with us on Disney Live, the Sunday talk show, as one of our major panelists. But I imagine as the senator-elect for the Federal Capital Territory, it's a statement about courage, about determination. She's been contesting for years. Each time she will go in there, she will be discriminated against, she will lose out. This time around, she has won. So it says something about her tenacity, about her determination,
yes,
about her commitment. And if you look at her profile, she's more than capable because she's more than prepared, for that particular office. Certainly, you can be sure that she won't be one of those persons who will end up in the National Assembly as bench warmers. And she's not going there as if the place is a retirement home, which some people are looking forward to. You can expect that she will make quality contribution. As for former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Aondaka, well, this is political season. If you look at his disclaimer saying he didn't say so, he was very particular about saying he didn't say that INEC was wrong to have declared Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So I think that was a contentious issue. But the issue is Section 134 of the of the Constitution
right.
as to whether, 134(2 to be specific, as to whether you need to win 25%
of the FCT.
in the FCT or not. And that had been very controversial.
Right.
It was quoted as having referred to Mohammedu Buhari versus INEC. And there's also been a rebuttal that it couldn't have been referring to Section 134, which is very clear, in the 1999 Constitution, that it was referring to Section 146, the interpretation of which is slightly different. But in any case, lawyers are arguing over this. It will probably be one of the issues for determination when the matter goes to the tribunal or the Supreme Court. But what is clear is that there is divided opinion, and the main argument that most lawyers are pushing is that it will be wrong to imagine that Abuja or the FCT will exercise a veto power over other states of the federation. Because to say you must score 25% in the Federal Capital Territory will assume to giving the FCT the status of a veto state.
Right.
Okay.
But that will be resolved.
Okay, so some correction. What he said, all right, I think the bone of contention here is the reportage by the Nation newspaper.
You mean what Ahondwaka said?
Yeah, no. So with the bone of contention here, Ahondwaka has not denied that he said what we just said just now. But the bone of contention...
What you just said?
Yeah, what we just said just now. Yeah, as regards to 25%. Yeah. But the bone of contention is the Nation newspaper trying to distort things and calling us fake news.
Right. It
is the Nation newspaper that we should call out in this regard for trying to go out there to misrepresent things. The Nation newspaper should watch it.
Well, for our viewers, the interview will be played right here again on Newsday. And, I guess you all stay tuned. Thank you for your great analysis on what's trending today. Again, Ayo, happy International Women's Day.
And
thank you very much,
All right, that's all I have for you guys on what's trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.